Yo, welcome to the Nightly Strange.
Welcome to Nightly Strange, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, D-Mac Uno, live and direct from my mama's basement. How's everybody doing today? Special guest in the building, Teho from Philly.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Man, how you doing today?
I'm feeling great, man. I did a morning shift today, and I got off, and I have the next 2 days off, so I'm just feeling good.
Nice. It's weird how you being a grown-up, everyone be like, you get like a weird day off, 2 days off. You be like, it's my Friday. Like, motherfucker, it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
But I feel you. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
I had to go to some old folks' home to pick some lady up, and I was like, I knocked on the door. The lady was like, "What? Can I help you?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to check in. I'm done adulting. And I don't want to do this shit no more. I want to lay down and have you give me pancakes and shit and change me." She was like, "What?" I was like, No, I'm looking for this lady. So, man, let's kick right into it, man. What's the worst date experience you ever had?
Oh, man, like, when I first moved here, I was frequent on the dating apps, and, not that I was desperate or anything, but, I needed to get my feet wet, Pacific Northwest, and, I met a girl. We met in Seattle, and, had a good night, ate, had dinner and everything, and met her the next day, and we went around, downtown Seattle, and we walked into a store, and I really got to see who she was and what she liked, and she was just like really like stoked on murdering stuff and homicidal and not satanic, but just like stuff that had me like, okay,
Yeah.
if I make you mad, you might try to take me out of here or something like that.
She watching how to get away with murder and shit, trying to date you and shit. That's horrible. I feel you. It's like, I meet girls, they be like, "Oh, I love scary movies." I'm like, I don't.
Right.
Not at all, ma'am.
That's exactly how I was too. And shout out. I mean, if you're listening, you probably won't know, but we're still in good favor and everything. But
y'all
after
still be
that, yeah, maybe I don't really talk to her because it was just like you go crazy, so I don't know if I'm gonna fuck with you.
Hey man, crazy girls have good sex for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
For some reason, they put it all into it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to fake have your baby.
Bruh. Oh shit.
Stalk you for a couple months, put you on Maury, motherfucker. Like, you be like, "Yeah, baby, yeah, that's what I'm looking for." As soon as they be like, pull my hair and choke me, you be like, "You know what? I'm gonna do it because you asked, but this might be going downhill." My worst date experience, man. I remember I liked this girl for a long time. I always saw pictures of her, and I finally got to date her. So we go down by the beach and we got some beer and shit. And the whole time she just want to talk about the dude that she really wanted to be with. I said, ugh. I'm like, I can't. A couple years later, I smashed, but still, it was horrible.
Oh my goodness.
I don't believe in dates, man. I mean, I kind of believe in dates, but I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like dates is like an appetizer to prostitution.
Yo, I can definitely relate.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can buy a hooker for like $50, $100. You say you go on a date, it's kind of like the same thing. It's kind of like wishy-washy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
No, I feel you on that. I read a post that said a guy was like, "Yeah, I took this girl out and I treated her to dinner and bought her some stuff and still didn't have sex." And then the girl replied like, "Women are not vending machines that are games that you can put friendly tokens in and expect sex out of."
Yeah, well, buy your own meal. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
This ain't
like,
working out.
take me to dinner.
Yeah,
Shit.
for
Like,
real. It's like some women want the old time things, but it's like they don't want to be old time women, which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to date a girl that expects me to pay all the bills. Like, if I got to pay all the bills and take care of everything, what do I need you for?
This is facts. This
Yeah,
is true facts.
I feel that's why they don't want to legalize prostitution. You know what I'm saying? Because the birth rate would go down. Dudes be like, "Fuck this shit."
Abort Plan B. Like,
Just got paid. It's pool tank night. What you know?
You know what? You start inviting the homies over. Like, I got paid. It's prostitution night.
Yeah.
Prostitution weekend. Let's
Hey, pay for a couple hours and shit. You ain't gotta deal with nobody. Why you liking all them pictures? I never got that. Like, why do girls get mad when you like another girl's picture? Like, yo, she lives in fucking Hawaii. What am I about to do?
Like,
I mean, I can understand you have a conversation, but you ain't fucking.
Right.
Like, you just liking pictures.
yeah, exactly. Like, that's always been a dumb thing for me. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You have your own insecurities. Get over yourself.
It's wild. It's just wow. I mean, people be going crazy. Like, you see people still getting their cars like tires slashed and cars keyed up and stuff. I'm like, who's doing this? Why?
Yo, like those. There's a couple of songs, and I'm pretty sure you know, like the Jasmine Sullivan "Windows," "Smash the Windows Out Your Car."
My daughters love that song. I played it for her once, and like every time I come, I bust the windows out. I'm like, look, kid, you're 14. All right, you don't even know nobody with a car. You better not. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So, man, if you got a superpower, what would it be?
Oh man, I had to think about this one hard, man. So I was like, like invincible armor, basically. Like, shout out to all the old school kung fu heads out there. The invincible armor where nothing can pierce your skin. You can withstand anything: fire, bullets, stab wound. And I thought about that because I was watching a show, and that would be the superpower for me. But if something was maybe put inside of you, if you swallowed a bomb or anything like that, and then it would explode internally, so I don't know. It was really hard. I wanted to be invincible.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Well, the people, like my kids say that, they're like, "Yo, Dad, in the movie Endgame, why didn't Ant-Man just crawl into Thanos' head and get large and blow his head up?" I'm like, it wouldn't be a 3-hour movie. But it makes sense, you know what I'm saying?
It does.
Like that, and then it's like when they're trying to get the gauntlet off his hand, and like, what's his name? Star-Lord starts beating on him. I'm like, well, why didn't Doctor Strange just reverse time back and go back into time? But once again, they got to make money.
Yeah.
It's a comic, and I told my son, like, these comic books were written in the 70s. You know, right. People didn't have enough time to sit around and think about shit like that. Like, they didn't even put safety caps on Tylenol back then.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's crazy. Did you see that Mortal Kombat movie?
Yeah, man, the Mortal Kombat. I enjoyed it.
I liked it too.
Yeah.
At first I'm watching it, I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm like, a lot of holes, but then I'm like, okay, this is based off a video game from 1992.
Yes.
All right, so let me just enjoy what I'm watching.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Kano took it though. He was funny as shit.
Kano was the best character for me, and they paid homage to the game. Like, Kano wins, fatality. They threw those little things
that was
in
dope.
there. And then I just want to say to all the people that hated on it, like you said, what do you expect us to win, a Grammy? I'm here for fatalities, blood, and gore.
It's based off a video game. Yeah. The video game got popular, and they're like, well, let's make some storylines for everybody really quick. I remember the cartoon, though, back in the day after the video game got famous. And, like, even in the cartoon, there was so much fighting in it. Like, one of the last episodes they made, the cartoon characters were like, man, what are we going to do? It's so much fighting. That's all we do. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, you tripping? I'm a little kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, cartoons used to fuck me up as a little kid, dude. Like, I used to watch Transformers.
Yes.
And, like, as soon as they transform and get to fighting, I'm sitting here with all my Transformers and trying to transform them real quick. And by the time I get them all done, they done transformed and dipped off.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I can't even hang with y'all no more.
At that point, it's like you practice back in the day when you're young to transform your action figure into fighting mode back into hidden mode. Like, had to be a professional, like you
had to be quick with it, dude.
Yeah, like guys with the Rubik's Cube, they do it all fast, or maybe with one hand. Maybe
I can't do the Rubik's Cube. Maybe I just don't have enough time. Nah. Them motherfuckers be like doing that shit and they make artwork out of it. I'm like, bro, you ain't getting no pussy. Like, you ain't got nothing. That's your life right there. Touching squares. I'm like, hey, proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Way to go, homie. I'm glad you made this big old artwork out of Rubik's Cubes, but what are you going to do after that? You know, right. That's how serial killers are created.
Absolutely.
You got too much time on your hands. Mm-hmm. Man, so what you think? Waffles or pancakes?
Oh, man. Pancakes all day, man. I didn't have to think about it. Pancakes you can do so much with.
Yeah.
You can make shapes. You can make them crispy, light, dark brown. They can be fluffy. There's nothing like a really fluffy pancake.
Yeah.
With a waffle, it's more of a crunchy thing, and you put it in a waffle maker, and you have to form it.
Yeah. Well, I bought a waffle maker for my kids. Like, we use it, and I'm into pancakes still, but it's like, man, for me, it's like I can't even fuck with breakfast no more. I don't know if I'm the only person, but like, I eat breakfast and I want to go back to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm tired again. I'm like, fuck. People. I hate those movies where the people come down, they make like a big old breakfast platter, and the kid comes down and grabs one piece of toast, like, see ya. My kids did that to me once. I was like, you little shits. Now they be like, make us breakfast. I'm like, hey, you better go pour a bowl of cereal. Yeah. Messing with y'all no more. Make this big old extravagant meal for y'all. And then like we watch cooking shoes, so now it needs a little more salt. I'm like, what the hell you just say to me?
Oh, God.
I'm like, sir, you burned dino nuggets. Like I'm telling me I need to put more salt on stuff. So what's some things that you used to do before the pandemic that you realized that you're never gonna want to do again?
So I'm gonna have to say, like, you know, because I'm new to the area, but it's always been a thing of like, you know, shaking hands or, you know, with the lady, a hug shake, or even, you know, like with the homies.
I'm still hug the lady.
You know what I mean? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you know how sometimes you give the homies dap, you bring it in, and then you do like the shoulder bump, stuff like that. Now it's just like fist bump.
It's like, it's the back of the fist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like you walk up people like, nah, he dirty.
Yeah.
Like, you don't look like you showered today.
Yeah.
Like, you see people, like, I barely see people in pajama pants, but when you do, you're like, ugh. It's like, I know the 3-second rule is gone.
Yeah.
For fucking ever.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
For fucking ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's some shit you gotta tell your grandkids. You know what's crazy? I was thinking the other day, off topic, dude. I was thinking, like, I'm gonna be like 70-something years old. Excuse me. Ooh, that's gross. I'm gonna be 70-something years old driving my grandkids. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Playing Thuggish Ruggish Bone.
Yeah.
While I'm taking them to daycare one day. And I'm gonna be like, damn, I'm gonna be old and gray just bumping rap music.
Yo, that's amazing.
Think about that, dude. Like, some people are gonna be like, they're gonna have like go through dementia, and they're just gonna be in there, be like, "What side?" Just out of nowhere, like,
Bro, I've never thought of it like that, but now that I think about, you know, my elders and stuff and watching them go through it, they probably was on some, you know, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder type shit.
yeah,
you
and
know?
motherfuckers gonna be screaming, yeah,
Or come out, where my dogs at? You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to DMX. You know what I mean? Hey, baby, hey, yo, bitch, where's my medicine at? Like, you know what I'm saying?
And they're gonna be lit. They're gonna be like, what the hell's going on? Dudes just be like, to the window, to the wall, throwing their dentures at motherfuckers and shit. Like, we're gonna be some crazy old people.
Yes,
and I love it.
yes.
I'm gonna be so happy that I'm gonna be too old to fucking realize what's going on. Like, these kids are fucked.
Oh man, what the future holds.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
But like for me, it's like I don't want to go to like big crowds anymore. Like, think about it, man. We used to go to like a building and they'd be like, yeah, you can fit 300 people in there. Fucking let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, I remember I went to like this jacuzzi party a couple weeks ago. I was fucking stressed for weeks. I was like, oh, I hope I didn't catch COVID. But motherfuckers in my face talking to me and shit. Like, you know, like drunk. And so I'm just watching all the spit fly. And it's just like, ugh. I don't want to do that shit no more. I don't.
I can relate.
Yeah, I'm glad there's online dating because I don't want to have to go hunt.
and
Women,
since I've jumped
women.
back into the online dating, it has been a very progressive, you know, a response, and I've, you know, been chatting with multiple ladies. But yeah, I'm the same way, man. It kind of like put like a post-traumatic stress on me. Like, you know, like I don't want to go nowhere. Like I don't want to do nothing. I want to be around people. Like I do, but you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know what I mean?
Let's not get it wrong. Ladies is horny.
Absolutely.
Think about it. They used to be able to go to the bar and get a whole bunch of drinks for free and all this shit. Now, hey man, it's been a year. It's been a year.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? They went from getting them likes on Instagram to getting them OnlyFans. Let's keep it 100.
The population might grow a little bit too. Now they start opening shit back
They
up.
just had a report talking about the birth rate is down. But somebody responded, they're like, well, yeah, like having kids these days is for rich people. Like, you know, if you want to have a kid, you got to afford daycare. You got to have enough money to take care of them. You got to get a bigger place. Like, yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
My youngest is 12. I don't want no more. I worked on my pull-out game. I'm good. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
That child support's about to disappear real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
yeah, I'm waiting. My 18-year-old, I got 3 more months.
Oh my God.
3 more months. She's 18. My youngest too. Yeah, thank you. Woo! Hallelujah.
Let's go. Congratulations, baby.
Hallelujah. Woo! Woo! Women will never know the struggle it is to be on fucking child support. Hey, ma'am, if you don't pay this shit for 6 months, we'll throw your ass in jail. Where you gonna meet Bubba?
With the cock meat sandwich? Jesus Christ.
My homeboy told me, he was like, man, the way you know some dude's gonna try to rape you in prison is if he'll challenge you to a push-up contest. And I was like, because, you know, he's been in jail a couple times. I was like, what do you mean a push-up contest? He's like, yeah, because you do so many push-ups, then your arms are too tight, and you can't do nothing.
Oh, my goodness.
I was like, damn.
Oh, my goodness.
That's crazy. So
yeah. I've never thought of that.
So it's like me, I only do push-ups by myself. But, you know, I don't do push-ups at all, so, you know, so I'm safe.
It's another thing that I'm aware of now, that if I ever go to prison or jail, that I will not fucking have a push-up contest. I'm just like,
yeah. Because
that makes sense. Your arms get weak, especially if you burn out. You know how you just got the noodle arms?
Yeah. What the fuck? You ain't fighting off fucking Dangalang.
Your arms can't do shit.
You can't do nothing. Just watch yourself get booty fucked. Like, Man.
Stay out of jail. Stay
out of
sucker
jail.
free, man.
I'll never go. So did you ever see that? You ever see that new movie with Denzel Washington called The Little Things?
I have not yet to watch it out.
Don't watch it. Don't see it. Don't. You know, a lot of the movies that came out are movies that Hollywood was like, you know what, we're not going to release this. But they got desperate and they released it. Let me tell you about this horrible ass movie by Denzel Washington. Okay, so he's a cop that used to be a cop in this town. He's still a cop. He comes back because this murderer has reappeared. He's killing people. Fuck the whole movie. They stalk this one dude for the whole time through the movie. He's not the murderer. All right? They kill him anyways. He's not the murderer. They never catch the murderer at the end of the movie. So I'm like, you still got a dude stalking women, running around, jogging and shit. But for some reason, you got to make some other detective feel good. No one ever watched this movie. Do not watch this Denzel Washington. If you like Denzel Washington, do not watch this movie.
Oh my goodness.
All right? You want to keep good rapport about him. You know, you want to be like, you know, I like Denzel Washington as an actor. Do not watch this movie.
I tried to get a little bit of information too, because the girl I work with, she's really cool. She's seen it, and she actually said she liked it, and she's like, it's fucked up at the end. You know what I mean? Because it's a twist on Denzel or whatever, and he actually becomes like it's like a repeated tab or something. The one guy, and then.
No, it's like, you know, he didn't. No, fuck that shit. Don't watch
Fuck
it.
it.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it. I don't even want to explain. I got to the end of that movie. I was like, the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? These dirty ass cops? Like, I don't ever want to watch. I'll never watch that shit again. And I watch The Book of Eli at least once a month. You know what I'm saying? Because I like that movie. Yeah, great movie.
Great movie.
You know what I'm saying? I like Denzel Washington as an actor.
Yeah.
Not after that movie. That was horrible. You know, his son is the one that plays in Tenet.
Tenet.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You know what? I have to watch it again.
But did you get vibes? Maybe even like vocals? Like, wait a minute, did he sound like his dad just now? Like,
yeah, a little bit, but he looks like he got fish eyes.
Yo.
So I'm always waiting for him to bust into like an African accent, but I'm like, I guess he's like, Denzel's son, so it's not gonna happen. Bro, you watch what's the show? What's the show they have on FX? Snowfall.
Oh yeah, is that like the drug game?
Oh, you haven't watched that?
Nah.
Okay, you ever seen The Wire?
Yeah, I've seen The Wire.
So the dude that played Idris Elba or whatever, he's hella British. He'd be like, hold on, mate, what you get? Like, for real? But he'd be able to, yo, homie, we go sell this rock. I'm like, how do you play that?
Right. Did you practice?
Like, do you study Negro? Where do you study that at?
Study Ebonics, Ebonics, like.
I guess it's easy, you know. Say, there's people always like, yo, what's up, man? What's going on, homie? Like, I don't talk street talk. Like, for me, it's like, if I get angry and I'm about to fight you and, like, my language changes to be like, yo, bro, I'm about to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know it's coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'd rather just speak like everybody else does. Excuse me. Because I don't speak English. I don't know. I speak dirty American. Because you hear people from England, they speak English. And we don't speak none of that. Yeah. You know, like, oh, hello, say, would you like some tea and crumpets? I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, yo, man, I'm about to go have some barbecue, drink a burr. You know what I'm saying?
Smoke a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. For you guys, that's cool.
I can definitely relate to that. Because, you know, it's like kind of hard for us to have, you know, if we try to like imitate a British accent, like, hello, mate, what do you think? See, that's not even British. That's fucking like.
It's Australia. What's the same?
Hello, mate. Hey, what do you think about this?
Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah, like.
Because the British took their prisoners and threw them to Australia.
Okay.
And that's how they ended up there. They were like, oh, we're going to send you to Australia. And they're like, all right, cool. Hey, there's a bunch of black people here.
Same thing with Jamaica, too. Like, because, you know, like Jamaican or patois is like a broken British accent.
Like French it. Well, yeah. If you when you talk to Jamaicans, if you listen to it after a while, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. They're like, hold on, how do they do Jamaican? Yeah, man. What you gonna do today, huh? Yeah, man. You want some of this? Huh? What the girls with the big titties?
Yeah. Shake 'em up later, blood. Shake 'em up later, blood.
Shabba.
Lord of mercy. you know you always gotta do that one.
Lord of mercy. So Jamaicans just like, fuck you, motherfuckers. So how different is it from Philly? Because you're from Philly, right?
Yeah.
So what's the difference from Philly to Washington?
Man, I've lived multiple places. I had to really come up with something. I was actually born in the South, and my family is from Philadelphia. My mom and my dad, and Philly is like more of a widespread urban area to where you have downtown big skyscrapers and everything like that. And then everything around it spreads out to like maybe as far as Seattle is to here. Because a bird eye view of Seattle to here is like 20 minutes. Yeah. You know, it takes an hour. So like downtown Philadelphia will be skyscrapers, everything, and then I live in Olney, which is the end. It's about the length from here to Seattle.
Well, Philly's like old America, New World. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of where everybody like colonization and stuff started. Which is a weird concept. Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm gonna leave that alone. Got a podcast.
It's definitely like, and you know I appreciate the public transportation here because you know you can get almost anywhere if you line it up right with public transportation from what I've learned. But it's public transportation in Philadelphia. You have so many different forms of it. You have buses, trains, subways, trolleys, even like the old school trolleys, like with the old cobblestone streets with the tracks built into them and the electric, you know, grab it. And they're starting to do that in Tacoma too. I think they're doing that now. They're putting a trolley system there.
Oh, I don't know. Only thing I know about Tacoma is the B&I, little taco shop down the street, and murder.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I'm just playing. I like Tacoma. I like Tacoma, man. I like Tacoma. I've hung out there a little bit when I was a teenager. It's a wild place.
Yeah.
The stuff I've seen. Unless some people are like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, well, I guess you don't. But
yeah, and every time I go to Tacoma, it's just like, man, this feels like Philly. Yeah. This feels like home, you know?
Yeah, I like Tacoma, bro, because I can go out to Tacoma and, like, when I was younger, you know, I was like, man, I feel safe out here because they ain't looking for me.
Facts.
They looking for Dre. Dre with the AK. I'm just Dave in a Honda. Like,
and one thing is, like, recently, too, like, I've been, you know, fighting this thing, like, because, you know, it's a new area for me, and, you know, being here in Bremerton, it's a majority of the, you know, different races or whatever, and being in Philly, I'm always around black people and stuff like that, so it kind of had, like, a home feel, like, instead of me being here, you know, with all the protests and stuff that happened after George Floyd and everything, it keeps my head on a swivel, and I'm just like, you know, am I going to run into that one racist person that's going to say the wrong thing to me?
Well, the one thing that's interesting about Bremerton, I mean, we have racist people out here, I'm not going to lie. But the one thing about Bremerton is so diverse in culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it's like we grew up with everybody. Like, if someone has a potluck at work, you know what I'm saying? Like, or a potluck somewhere, like, you're going to see lumpia, you're going to see fried chicken, you're going to see apple pie. You're going to see every kind of, you know, all the cultures are here. And then it's like, it's a military town. So it's like, it's America first. You know what I'm saying? Above everything. So it's like, no matter what goes on, like, I remember the coach in the high school, he wanted to pray after the games. And somebody came out and was like, you can't do that. And the city was like, fuck that, let him do what he wants to do. It's America, you can do what you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If the kids want to sit there and pray with them, let them pray.
Right.
But that's how the city is. That's how I feel it is. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I also grew up here, too. So I've seen both ends of it.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's free like that, but I've also got pulled over at least 20 times for having a taillight out. I've got pulled over in my driveway. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, it's all, I guess it all depends how you do it. Like, it's more country, though, out here to you, right?
Yeah, it does. And, you know, I've dibbled and dabbled in, like, Seattle, not really Tacoma, but I've been in and out of there, a couple bars, but, it's definitely that difference of the feeling because you can be, like, anywhere in Philly. You could be in West Philly and then drive an hour away and you're in, like, Northeast. And you really won't have to worry about that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're really just looking for guns and just guns in Philly. Because just, you know, and Philly had a point where it had a high murder cap, but, you know what I mean? You can be somewhere and don't really have to worry about.
Well, the one thing I like about being out,
over.
I like being out here in Bremerton or in Washington, period, is that, like, you know, if a cop's pulled up the street clocking people for their speed, everyone's gonna flash you and let you know.
Yeah,
they don't care what you. Look, there's a cop up there trying to get you for your money. I'm like, yo, respect, dude. And someone told me they're like, no one else does that in any other state.
They do that in South Carolina.
They do?
Yeah, from being born there, they do that. I do remember just driving and people hit the lights, like letting you know there's a cop. And when I was younger, I didn't understand, and then I finally found out like they're warning you to let you know that there's either a cop sitting, a speed trap, or something like that. Now you got Google just telling you like, hey, there's a speed trap coming up. You know?
Oh, Google does that?
Yeah, if you travel long distances, I mean, if you're on the highway, Google will be like, there's a speed trap approaching. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Google ain't ever told me none of that.
That's crazy.
Turn here. Like, it should be loud as shit. I be listening to my music. It's louder. Turn left.
Like, damn, that's crazy.
It's like when I go to the self-checkout, I get tired of the little robot. Be like, thank you, have a good day. I'm like, don't rush me.
Right.
Yeah, I'm getting my package. Like, damn. I'm helping you out. Like, So man, is Will Smith a legend out there in Philly, or is that just me?
He definitely is a legend, man. I did a little research, and I kind of forgot about this because I was like leaving Philadelphia in 2018, and they recently painted a big mural of him in West Philadelphia, like not too far from where he was from.
He's born and raised.
Yeah.
He play on the playground.
Yeah, spent most of his days.
Yeah.
Like, and this happened in 2008, man. And it's a big picture of just him sitting in a chair with Jordans on, and there's this mural art project thing that they got going on, and I think that's the company or the group that does that, but they paint murals over in like cities that helps uplift the people, and they put one in Will Smith, and that's just like a legend, iconic thing. There's a big picture of Will Smith because he promotes,
positivity.
He
only has one song. He took it off though. It's called "You See My Blinker Bitch." Like one song where he cussed in it. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, he's positive. And I remember I wanted to interview him, but I can't. He won't respond to my messages. But it's like for them back. I remember back in the day, it was like Will Smith, Ice-T, and LL Cool J and Ice Cube. They wanted to be actors, and Hollywood wouldn't let them in. They're like, nah. We rappers can't be actors. Blah blah blah. Like Will Smith's first role, he had to be a gay dude.
That's 6 Degrees of Separation.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I don't. I never seen it either, but I know that about that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was his first movie, and now look at him.
Yeah.
He's a huge star. Everybody knows Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. What used to piss me off about his music is that he had the parents just don't understand. My mom heard that song one time, and for the rest of my adolescent life, she was like, "Look," I was like, "Mom, can I get these clothes?" She's like, "You go to school to learn, not for a fashion show." So, damn, Will Smith. God damn. Every time, just threw it in my face. I was like, ugh.
Oh my goodness.
Got me. You ever watch Game of Thrones?
I have not gotten into it. I've heard a lot about the last season, that it was a huge letdown.
If you ain't seen it, it's too late. We ain't even gonna talk about it. Man, we ain't even have to go into that.
I've never taken the time to get into it. I love medieval stuff, but it's just never been one thing that.
Well, if you like medieval stuff, you'll like Game of Thrones.
Okay.
So I'll explain it to you just like I'll explain it to anybody else who's never seen the show. It's not like anything else you ever seen. Like if you think like the hero's gonna save the day, you're not watching. You're watching Game of Thrones. That's not what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like in the Game of Thrones, you either play the game or you lose your head. You know what I'm saying? You can rise through like power, whisper, or some other shit. That show's off the chain. It's like in the Game of Thrones, it'll be like, if you do me dirty, bro, I'll come and kill your whole family. You know what I'm saying? Dude does him dirty, they come and kill his whole family. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no idle threats in the Game of Thrones. Like it's a great show. Even if you go to the end of it, like people didn't like the ending because by the time because by the time it got to the end, everyone had their own theories. They're like, oh, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. I'm like, fuck. And then when whatever happened at the end, everyone's disappointed. Cool, let them be disappointed. You should check it out though if you like medieval shit.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get into it.
Yeah, that's a great. And since it's like now all the seasons and everything's out there, like you can just binge watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it'll take you about maybe 4 or 5 episodes to actually grasp the world they're in.
Okay.
Because it's not like no sitcom shit. Like my friend put me onto it, and I'm like, watch it. I'm 3 episodes deep. I'm like, it's kind of weird. Like, why isn't things going like I'm used to watching on TV? And then like I got the 5th episode, and I was like, yo, this is dope. This is dope. Like,
okay.
Like in the first episode, the kids, he's climbing the side of the castle where his parents live. He catches the queen and her brother fucking. You know what I'm saying? And the queen's in a visit from town with her husband or whatever. So her brother's like, things I do for love. Takes a little kid, throws him off the top of where he's climbing. Like he was climbing up high. The kid didn't die, so they send assassins into his room to go kill him. You know what I'm saying? While he's still being guarded with his family and shit. Like they do not want that secret to get out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a dope ass show.
Oh man,
it's really good. I know they're about to start another one, but yeah, you should have said something.
Yeah, definitely.
So what artists are you listening to these days?
So it's a little mashup of like J. Cole's whole squad.
Okay.
I've been, J. Cole hasn't put anything out, so I've been listening to
he
like
just dropped
J.I.D.
the song actually.
Yeah, he did drop the song for the new album coming out, which I'm super excited.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to like J.I.D. and Earth Gang.
I've recently got into J.I.D.
Yeah.
I had to explain to this dude on Twitter, this guy I talk to, I go back and forth. He's a playlist guy. But I was like, yo, major artists, the reason they ain't drop music in a minute because there's no money in it right now. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they're seeing the country starting to open and like, because things are going to be open by the summertime.
Yeah.
That's when they want to drop because they get more money off tours. You know what I'm saying? Because like, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, they could drop an album and take that tour all around the country. excuse me, all around the world with it. You know what I'm saying? But everything's closed, so there's no point to it. You know what I'm saying? But you got like new artists like DaBaby. He just got hot and the pandemic hit, so he got to drop an album like every 3 months. Yeah, just to keep hot. You know what I'm saying? Or put the diaper back on.
Yeah.
My bad, I interrupt you though.
No, you're good. And that's basically on the same thing. Like, you know, J. Cole, same thing. J. Cole's a main, and I just started following like the artists behind, like his little, you know, proteges under his label, and JID is one of like the top ones, and then Earth Gang is also pretty good too. And I've listened to some of their, you know, I've even went back and listened to some of their older stuff that's really good. And JID, like lyrically, he's got something to say. So he's the main one for me. I've been listening to him and Earth Gang.
I'm into Griselda right now. We're mostly Conway the Machine.
Yes, Conway the Machine and Benny the Butcher too.
Benny the Butcher's nice. He is nice.
Conway the Machine though.
Yeah. Conway the Machine, bro. Like that's a monster right there.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up, but I was like, I'm gonna stick with Jay.
No. Go ahead, man. You got it. This is Nightly Strange, man. Say whatever you want. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Donkeys and shit. And do whatever I want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I drive around all day. You know, do what I got to do, and there's a lot of help wanted signs out. How do you feel corporations are going to be able to survive after the pandemic?
Man, I think that everybody's just been, you know, suffering from just being shut, you know, closed in and not being able to go anywhere from a whole year. I think companies that do basically anything just to
you know what's weird?
Working.
No, the government fucked up, bro. Because what they did is they gave everybody that extra money on unemployment, and people are actually given a livable wage on unemployment, and now it's like, man, I'm making $4,000 or make $3,000 a month. Wait, no, so about $3,000 a month on unemployment, and you're telling me I need to go back to my job of making $1,000 a month,
right?
With no benefits, no nothing. Nah, bro. I went someplace and they put it on the receipt. It said now hiring. I said, what the fuck?
Oh my god!
They're gonna have to pay people, man.
Yeah,
pay people their money.
You're gonna have to dish it out.
You're gonna have to. You know, I used to work at Walmart, dude. They used to pay us minimum wage. At the end of the day, they would tell us how much money the store made. They would go, we made $3 million today. I'm like, you fucking serious? They make us do the Walmart dance.
Oh my god, bro.
I know they probably don't make people do it no more, but they used to make us do the Walmart dance. They used to have to do that shit. This is like 2000, 2001. So I worked there right after the owner, the guy that made it, died. So I watched the transition of like what it used to be, the way he built it to be like a family company to like the corporation. Okay. Like I ended up being in a class action lawsuit with them because during holiday seasons, like we're working and I get my check. I'm like, this looks kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 20 years old, so I'm not thinking about it like my money like that. But somebody sued them because they weren't paying us our like overtime. It was crazy. It's crazy. But I ended up in this lawsuit and they sent me a check. You know what I'm saying? Me still being like weird. I'm like, I'll cash it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you can cash a check or you can wait out for more. And I was like, I'm gonna take this.
Right.
Buy me some Newports. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, man. But corporate like they want to pay people minimum wage. They've been getting away with it for so long. But like I said, I'd stay on unemployment. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna make double, unemployment. I said that in the beginning of the pandemic. They messed up because they showed people what your life should be like right now. This is how much money you should make minimum. You know what I'm saying? So you can pay your bills, you can have food to eat, and take care of yourself. And the government, they gave that to people. So now the corporations are like, oh no, come back and take these pennies we're giving you. I'm like, bro, you go to Burger King, their lobby's closed, but they still making the same amount of money.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like everywhere else is booming. You know what I'm saying? So like they don't want to pay people, and people don't want to work.
Yeah,
I understand. Yeah.
There's a couple places that I've drove by too that help wanted sign. It's big letters too.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah.
You go to Jack in the Box late night, bro. Them lines backed up. There's only 3 people in there sweating. Like, fuck, I should have fell on the ground.
That's a fact.
I would have slipped on that grease, bro. Bow! I'm out.
Give me my unemployment.
Yep, I'm gonna take that. A little L&I. Fuck you motherfuckers. Give me my check. I'm tired of making these fucking tacos.
I had a homie came in today. He was a little stressed out. I was like, how's your day, man? And he was like, it's not good. I'm like, what's up, man? I just quit my job, man. And then he's, talking about it. He's like, but I ain't worrying about it. I'm about to go back to the shipyard, make more money. I'm like, all right, man. Just stay positive. Don't get out here doing nothing dumb. Then he told me he was working at Taco Bell. He walked out of Taco Bell. I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit.
You can walk out of Taco Bell and walk right back in and get your job.
Exactly. I was like, man, that's a small thing to a giant, bro. You're good, bro.
You'll
like,
be all right, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You'll be all right.
I worked at McDonald's 3 times in my life, man. Like, man, fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit. Yo, shout out to all the fast food workers, bro.
For real.
I respect your job, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because I worked it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was young, you had to do it. But fuck that shit.
And at the same time, too, on a positive note, shit, if it comes down to it, I can't find nothing, or if I'm a motherfucking felon or something, I will get back out there and get that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Nah, bro.
Like flipping patties.
Last time I worked for minimum wage, I said I'd rather sell drugs. I would rather sell drugs.
Real shit.
Fuck this shit. Like
real shit.
You getting the bare minimum of what they can offer you more. But it's crazy. I don't understand why people bitching about their money. It's like, bro, when you went for the job, they said we're gonna pay you this. You said okay. Mm-hmm. They're gonna tell you you're not gonna get a raise at all. Okay. Yeah. You accept the job. You accept that shit. You can't get 6 months into that bullshit ass job and be like, I want more money. Nah, motherfucker. Like,
this is what you signed up for.
This is what you signed up for, like the military. You know what I'm saying? You better dip them pies, nigga. But real shit is like, yo, I don't understand why people they're in McDonald's, bro, and they're like, yeah, I want more money. No, go get a different job. Like, you holding up jobs from teenagers and shit. Yeah. That's what that job is for. It's for teenagers.
Go work at a fucking real restaurant.
Yeah.
Get on the line or some shit.
Why you supposed to, what you want, a retirement plan? They're supposed to give you a burger plaque. 50 years. Yeah, I put in there.
Oh my God.
Have my health care and shit. Like, nah, bro. Fuck. Get the fuck on.
Oh shit, man. That's real shit.
They're about to replace most of those people with machines anyways, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy out here, bro. They have the shipyard. And, like, I never wanted to work at the shipyard.
Yeah, me neither.
Ever. So I look at the shipyard and I'm like, that's the coal mine of my town. Mm-hmm. When I was in school, they was like, look, you can either join the military, you can go to college, or you can go work at the shipyard. I was like, I want to go to the shipyard. And I'm like, fuck no, I don't want to do that shit. Actually, once I ended up buckled up and I applied there one time because I couldn't find no job anywhere. Get all the way to the end. They wanted me to paint boats. So I was going to be like hanging on the side of a fucking aircraft carrier painting boats. I'm fucking scared of heights.
Me too, bro.
But I'm going to take the money. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck. You know, I get to the end, the lady's like, your credit's too bad. You might sell secrets to a foreign government. I'm like, okay. I'm like, if I sell secrets to a foreign government and they take over my country, then my money's no good. Right?
Damn. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, well, how am I supposed to pay off my credit if you ain't gonna give me a job? She's like, well, you go figure it out. I'm like, well, fuck that. Call me Noah Jobby.
Oh my God.
I said it to the lady's face. Like, never went back. I was heated.
Damn.
They ended up firing that lady a couple years later because she was like just stopping people from getting jobs. She was just fucking with them.
Wow.
But I know it's a military installation, so it makes sense. You know, if you have bad credit, you might give out secrets. Like I remember there's this one guy from China. He had shoes, but on the bottom of his shoes, he would get tours through like places where they had aircrafts, where they're building aircrafts. Excuse me. But on the bottom of his shoes, it was sticky. So he was walking around picking up all the metals, and then he was taking it, to China and shit. He ended up he got arrested for espionage here in America. But like motherfuckers do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy.
But I'll never go back.
Yeah.
But everyone out here, they just like, I work at the shipyard. Yeah. Like, cool, bro.
I see my homie again. I'm gonna be like, look, man, just find something else, man.
No, he said he's gonna get his job back at the shipyard.
Yeah, he says he's applying for it. So
he's
it's probably or he's getting ready to hit. And he's got some positive feedback.
He's gonna call back to Taco Bell. Yo, he's coming back on the schedule.
Oh my God.
They'll be like, sure, because we need you. No one else wants to work.
He said he walked out too.
Yeah. He'd be like, Glenda, pour some grease on the ground. I'm coming.
Oh my goodness. Fuck. Yes, bro. Yes.
Oh, shit, that's awesome. Thank you for coming on to my show, man. This has been a blast. Anything you want to say out? Any shout outs?
Yeah, I just want to shout out to you for having me and being able to do this. This is my first podcast, man. It's an experience of a lifetime.
You was nervous, man. It's all good. Yeah,
I was definitely nervous. I brought notes and shit. Like, you know,
he got a whole, ladies and gentlemen, he has a whole book here, written lectures and shit.
I'm still opening it up.
Yeah, opening it up, going through the notes.
We forgot one question too. That's why you got.
No, we did. Which one was it?
The one about
the marriage. No, you got time?
Yeah, of course.
All right, man. So do you feel marriage is beneficial to men these days?
I mean, I've never been married, but I do. You know, like some of the realest people I've known. You know, pure. It could be love, but some people I've known also, couples, married couples, would be like, it's a business. You know, like a partnership, a business partnership. You know what I mean? Because you get back more taxes if you're married, and you can have more access to different things and stuff if you're married. And to me, you know, like, that'd be cool, man. And marriage, you know, like, not to go into religion and all that, but it's just a bond between a man and woman that I think, or whoever, you know what I mean, that one day that I would like to, you know, have that with a woman, you know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Yeah, I might get married one day, but I might not.
Yeah.
You know, I look at marriage like this. Marriage is like for a dude, it's like, hey, girl, let's bet half my shit we stay together.
Right.
That's how I look at marriage.
Yeah.
There's no, like, when I was a little boy, like, you know, I knew girls when they were little girls, like, they dream about their weddings. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, this is how I want to do it. When I'm a dude, I'm like, I'm playing with G.I. Joes and shit.
Yeah,
you know, right. Dudes don't think about that shit.
Yeah, nah. Like,
so I don't know. I mean, if you're in a good relationship, why fuck it up with the government?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I know somebody going through a divorce right now, and like that shit is dragging the fuck out. I got a homie, I ain't gonna call him out. He was married in 2 different countries. They got divorced in 2 different countries. Like, I don't know, man. I've sat in courtrooms where I was like, you know, fighting for my kids and shit. And it's the same thing. People are in there, like, it's crazy just to watch people that used to love each other, and they gotta still see each other and they hate each other and shit. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, if you want to get married, that's cool, but I'd hope people wait till they're in their 30s to get married. You don't want to marry somebody like when you're fresh 18, because by the time you're 26, you're a totally different person. You know, I can count for that. I'm 38 years old right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I think of who I was when I was 20, I was like, hey.
Definitely.
Keep doing your thing, little nigga. But I was too wild. I was too wild to get married. I've known that all my life, but I also grew up here in a military town. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen people get married for the money. And I've seen people get married at 18 and they get a divorce. Like, just, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a like, what, love-hate type of thing.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
Yeah, fuck that shit. I'm cool.
That's why we were singing. Shout out to all the married couples out there, and then shout out to us.
Oh, they're miserable. Keep it 100.
Yeah.
Keep it 100.
Yeah.
You're doing it for the kids. Keep it real. No, there are some people that still love each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's understandable. You find the person you want to be with. Like, sometimes, like, I've only asked girls to marry me that I know they would say no.
Bruh.
Like 3 times. And I knew they would say no. That's why I asked them.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, will you marry me? No, I'm not
like, no, fuck you, motherfucker. No, how'd you get this number? I'm going to email you next week. Ooh, girl, I missed that pussy.
Damn. Oh, shit.
Well, thanks for coming through, man. Once again, this has been The Nightly Strange. I am D-Mac Uno. We will see y'all. We'll catch y'all next time.
Alrighty.
All right.
You're welcome to The Nightly Strange.
Thanks,